All you need is a mullet and a sleeveless shirt. What's up everybody, welcome back to the Daninator channel. This red beauty behind me, I wish I could claim it as my own, but it is my carbon copies 1997 3.8 liter Firebird, basically a twin cousin to my 97 RS Camaro. Exact same drivetrain, pretty much the same features. This is really kind of a throwback because back in our college days, he owned a 3rd gen red Firebird and I owned a 3rd gen black Camaro. So we're kind of going back to our roots with this thing. So without further ado, we're going to take a look at my brother's sweet 1997 Pontiac Firebird. Oh, thanks a lot, man. Thanks. The Pontiac Firebird. You either love him or you hate him. To say that Bill loves Firebirds would be an understatement. He's had Firebird fever for most of his life, and if you said you had the cure, he'd tell you to keep away from him. Yes sir, he loves the old bird of fire. So much so that he wanted to name his firstborn after it, but instead had to settle on it as a name for a softball team. He happens to own every Smokey and the Bandit DVD, including the special edition one that includes a shirtless autographed photo of Burt Reynolds. Okay, that's a lie. But he did own 3 Firebirds by the time he stepped into the 2nd decade of his life. Fast forward nearly 2 more decades, and this 97 happens to be Firebird number 5. I'm sure he'd like to have them all back because sadly he had to part ways with the first 4. It's like saying goodbye to 4 children or to the side of his hairline. He was quite attached to them, and a part of him was lost with each sale. This 97 Firebird was the last model year of the slick pointed nose cone and reversed hood scoops, but it was the 2nd year of the 3800 series V6 motor. This Buick-based 231 cubic inch power plant offered 200 horsepower, 230 foot-pounds of torque, and a 19 miles per gallon city, 30 miles per gallon highway fuel economy. So basically, you can drive a long way with no shortage of power. Mated with the engine is an electronically controlled 4-speed automatic transmission, the infamous 4L60E. It's also equipped with the optional Y87 performance package, which adds the mechanical features of the V8 setups, such as 4-wheel disc brakes, faster response steering, limited slip rear differential, and dual tailpipes. The 97 model year introduced standard air conditioning and daytime running lights utilizing the front turn signal lamps, which was a bone of contention for most owners because they burn out so frequently. It also introduced new digital odometers over the mechanical ones. Although Bill's car does have a CD player, it's not the optional 500-watt Monsoon compact disc stereo system, so Lynyrd Skynyrd doesn't quite come across the speakers with the audio quality it deserves. But then again, has it ever come across with quality? Never mind. The V6 Firebirds also had an optional W68 Sport appearance package as a counterpart to the Camaro RS trim level like mine. Bill's car doesn't have that appearance package, and that suits him just fine. The Firebird is also synonymous with the word T-top, which, when spelled backwards, it's mullet. There's no shortage of stereotypes when you think about the Firebird and the T-top. I mean, admit it, you're probably already visualizing the driver, a dude decked out in a flowing Wisconsin waterfall, a neck blanket, if you will. You know, the achy breaky, bad mistakey, paired with a mirrored set of Oakleys, a sleeveless denim jacket, cutoffs, and white tennis shoes. You throw in a sunburn, a mustache, and a waft of Newports, and you got your man. In all seriousness, the T-top does offer a top-down feeling without the full convertible top. Pull 2 levers and you've got removable roof panels that let in all the sunshine and wind you could want. There are convenient plastic retainers in the rear hatch that keeps the T-top stored safely when you're driving. Unfortunately, it doesn't leave much room for anything else, like storing your electric guitar, your speakers, your 24-pack groceries, or luggage for road trips. The interior is about as basic and plastic as you can get. I mean, some pieces feel as cheap as dollar store squirt guns. The dash and vent designs were changed for the 97 model year and was carried out until the demise of the Firebird in 2002. The 4-passenger cloth seating arrangement isn't for everybody because the car sits pretty low, but the seats are decently comfortable for short drives. Any long road trips in this puppy and you're going to have to stop frequently to get out and stretch your legs because you're one step away from atrophy. And the rear seats aren't meant for even average sized adults. The overall driving experience is pleasant with this car because all the controls, knobs, buttons, and cup holders are easy to see, reach, and use. The Firebird's low, wide stance means you can handle sharp turns with ease, and its aerodynamic shape helps with fuel economy and speed. The 16-inch tires grip the road sufficiently, and they look pretty good with the overall styling of the car. Bill's car happens to have a minuscule 71,000 miles on the clock. So how did he end up with this gem? Well, it's actually a pretty cool story.
So when was the last time you owned a Firebird?
I would say probably 2008. My wife and I were expecting our second child, and I just wasn't driving my '84 Firebird like I was before. I had bought a more sensible family car and was driving it around, and really the Firebird wasn't getting much action. We ended up selling the '84 Firebird. You know how life happens.
So how strong was the itch to buy this Firebird? It haven't been that long since you owned one.
Oh, it was getting to a point where the car I was driving was kind of on its last leg, and we had the SUV. The kids were taken care of as far as going anywhere as a family, and as you know, Daninator has a '97 Camaro. He ended up getting that one a couple years before I bought mine, and once he got it and he showed it to me, he was driving around, I just started getting that itch to get it back again.
So how did you come across this particular Firebird?
Well, I was car shopping to replace the vehicle I had that was kind of on its way out, and I just started looking for another sedan and just really couldn't find anything that I liked. My wife on her own one day just said, why don't you start looking for a Firebird again? And once I came to and got off the floor, the search began. Got on Car Gurus and Craigslist and Auto Trader apps, all that kind of stuff, and just was looking for the perfect Firebird for me, which was red T-tops. I would have loved to have had a Formula or a Trans Am, but just for my life right now, I just need the sensible V6. And looked at a lot of cars. I even almost bought one, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted. We were probably a solid year into me looking for a replacement vehicle, and my wife actually found, I believe it was on Car Gurus, this actual Firebird. She showed it to me, said, what do you think of this one? I immediately sat up straight in my chair. I'm like, that's it. That's exactly what I want. Looking through the pictures, everything that I wanted. Red, gray, interior, T-tops, exactly what I wanted. The only problem was it was hundreds of miles away in a major city. I dismissed it, like there's no way we're gonna be able to go look at it. It's just too far away. We'll just keep searching.
So in our family, we're Cleveland Browns fans. We all know about the drive, the fumble. What Bill has here is the day. Tell me about it.
All right, so coming home from work, driving up my drive to get to my house, I break the viewing plane of the corner of the house, and I see the nose sitting in the driveway, and it just all kind of clicked. Like, oh, that's it. That's the car we looked at, and it had been several weeks later.
Bill's wife negotiated the price and paid to have it shipped to their home, all within budget and all without Bill knowing.
It would have been really funny to have a video of me in the car as I pulled up the driveway, because I was hooping and hollering. I couldn't believe it, that there is the red Firebird that I wanted. The first Firebird I owned was a red '84 Firebird, had gray interior. The second nice Firebird I had was that '91 Firebird with T-tops and gray interior, and it was red, everything about it. So it just really brought back all that flood of emotions of having my first car as a 16-year-old was the '84 Firebird, and getting the '91 later, and then having to have this one just kind of brought it all back together.
All right, so you got the car that you wanted. Is there anything that you would ever want to do to the car? Like future plans, 3 wishes kind of a thing. What is it that you would love to do with this car?
Well, number one, I'd like to upgrade the radio in it. I'm kind of a purist. If I'm going to upgrade the car, I want to do it with period-specific upgrades. So what I would like to do is put like WS6 components on it. I would love to have the 17-inch WS6 wheels on it. I think it'd be really cool. I really like the sleek Ram Air LT1 style hood on these cars, and maybe a tall spoiler on the back. drop it a little bit. I think that would complete the look for me. I've been keeping my eyes out for a nice clean set of grid taillights put on there. But I'll tell you what, you know, wants, desires kind of change over time. Anymore, I'm like, I actually kind of like the way this thing looks stock. I think if I'm going to do anything, I'll probably just upgrade the wheels on it and leave everything else alone. I just really like the look of a clean taillight on the car. It just all flows really well. So I don't know that I'm really going to change much on it. I think I'm going to keep it as long as I possibly can and just enjoy driving it. I think it would be really cool to have on the Daninator channel an opportunity to maybe do a V8 swap into it or something. I don't know. Hopes and dreams. We'll see.
All right, there you have it. That's my brother's 97 Pontiac Firebird coupe. It's basically the twin cousin to my Camaro, my RS Camaro. Bill, he takes pretty good care of his. He keeps it in a garage. I just got my garage cleaned out, so I'm garage keeping mine. I really am liking the garage life.
Makes a big difference.
So anyway, stay tuned to the Daninator channel. We're going to have, hopefully, maybe this year, try to get together again. Our schedules are pretty wonky. We both are pretty busy people. If you guys would want to see a competition between my brother and I and his Firebird and my Camaro, just leave a comment below. What kind of competition would you like to see? And nothing too crazy. Anyway, thanks a lot, Bill, for sharing your car with us. If you like this video, leave a like below, comment. As always, God bless. Thanks for watching. Be sure and hit that like switch on your way out. Thrill Billy out! Woo!
Yeah!